This
Well,
conference will now be recorded.
okay, I'm getting out of here.
Okay, everybody, the conference is now going to be recorded. Good morning. I'm Wayne Mitchell. For those of you that are new on the call here today, first of all, I want to thank you and wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And I appreciate 2 days before the big event for you all joining us here today. I do want to let you know the call is being recorded and will be posted on the Chamber's website later today. In addition to that, we've invited our friends from the media to monitor the call. So we welcome them this morning and hope you find some things newsworthy in terms of our reporting here today. In addition to that, I'd respectfully ask everybody to put your phones on mute until we get to the Q&A. I'm pleased this morning to welcome a colleague of mine that has been working with me on various programs and projects, not the least of which the Texas Blueberry Festival. She's a genius in marketing, and I think the evidence I'd offer is the profile that Nacogdoches, Texas has. They recently were recognized. Her organization, Visit Nacogdoches, was recently recognized by the state association for some of the outstanding programs that they have created here. And not only is she a great executive director of the Visit Nacogdoches, but she's also a great person to work with, great colleague. And with that in mind, to give us a kind of a peek into what we can anticipate during the holiday season in the hospitality industry, uh, Sherry. Sherry, I will start by saying I heard the CEO this morning on ABC News the CEO of Kroger talking about everybody should eat at home for the holidays because you save a ton of money. And uh, as much as I respect and love Kroger, guess what? Uh, it's still easier for me to go to that local restaurant here in Nacogdoches and eat. So I hope you'll refute his recommendation in this presentation. Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Wayne, and good morning, friends. Just wanted to jump at the opportunity that Wayne afforded me to be the featured speaker and sort of expand my normal hospitality check-in um, to this spot to take a little deeper dive into um, really a granular look at what tourism specifically does here in Nacogdoches. Um, of course, the holidays are up and going. We've got Thanksgiving on Thursday. United Way is building around that with Turkey Trot. Um, and then they'll sort of bookend that on December the 3rd with the lighted Christmas parade again. And it's of course we're known for the Blueberry Festival, but it's greatly important for our tourism in the summer because our busiest time is usually the second quarter, and close behind that is the first quarter. So our fiscal year, where we start counting our quarters, begins on October 1, and man, that the numbers sort of supported that this year. October, we had our highest number um, in 11 months in hotel occupancy. So we track hotel occupancy because we are funded completely through 72.5% of all remitted hotel occupancy tax. We collect hotel occupancy tax from any lodging that is inside of the city limits, and that includes short term rentals like Airbnbs, um, beds and breakfast, and hotels, cabins. If it's inside the city limit, um, everybody pays the 7% state tax that goes to the state of Texas, and then there's local remittance as well. So we receive 72.5%, and that covers salaries of our staff and our marketing budgets. Those are really our two main expenditures each year. And then as we can, we still have to do postage. So when people write in for requests for information, um, we pay for that postage to get them that information. It pays for our website and our social media and um, just all the things down to our complimentary coffee bar. So our money has to be in support um, of tourism or in providing the services that are for tourists once they make their decision to come to Nacogdoches. And that's why when I came here now 5 years ago, we became contracted employees of the city, but we do operate, I answer to not only City Manager Canizares, but also I have a working board of directors. And currently, Shay Reynolds, Professor Shay Reynolds, is my board chair, and Damon Ruckel is the vice chair, and Wanda Mouton from Naca Valley is our secretary treasurer. So I have a 7-person board that keeps me in check, and we just everybody knows that we have a great team. Anything that I do is not possible without the combined efforts of this entire team. Um, Most notably is John Michael Bay. Uh, and he is more than just a charming man. He is the gold standard of natural, genuine, authentic hospitality. It has been bred into him. His father was a Tom's Delivery. Um, he had vending machines in the residence halls on campus and in area businesses. And Mike always shares stories of going in and stocking the vending machines and really learning how to engage with businesses. And then, of course, he was part-time or part owner of Mice Department Store, most notably. Um, and people still, I think it's been closed now since 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and people, I still remember it was like my first year here, and we were close to closing at 5, and this man ran in, and he said, "Is Mike here? Is Mike here?" And Mike happened to have been downstairs turning off the lights, and he came back up and knew the gentleman, of course, and he was like, "I have to find." I don't know my neck size and I need a dress shirt. And Mike didn't skip a beat and switched gears and automatically was able to help him. Um, so Mike has sort of become part of the lore and legend of Nacogdoches. Um, but all of our TripAdvisor reviews, most of them mention him specifically and directly from international travelers. I've been to tourism school. I've taken master classes in customer service and hospitality, and never have I met anybody that is so gifted at making everyone that crosses his path feel welcome, valued, seen, and like a custom itinerary has been built just for them. He is just a master, and I'm always so thankful that we have him at the front line, and that our interns from the SFA School of Hospitality that come through in the summers get a chance to work with him and sort of absorb that. But he's beyond value. The running joke is that he's my favorite reality, not a joke. He is just so good at what he does. Um, and sad news that I have to announce on this call is that Joanna Temple is going to be leaving the CBB, and couldn't even begin to try to replace her. So I'm going to be rewriting her job description so that the job she's leaving is not going to be the job that we hire for. But she is a hustler. Like, she makes stuff happen, and she is going to be sorely missed. She also excels at building relationships. Right after staff, I would have to say of importance to us is the relationships that we have with downtown merchants, citywide merchants, our lodging partners, and our volunteers. Um, it's relationships are what we are rich in. And then Ashley Morgan is our creative content director. And we have a paid internship, Natalie Dunn from SFA, and part-time accountant Charlotte Bartlett. And together, we each have a piece of the puzzle that we put together to best represent Nacogdoches as an East Texas destination for travel. And why that is important to us. In any given year, the governor's office, with the help of Dean Runyon Associates accounting firm, estimate that in Nacogdoches County, tourism adds anywhere from $1.7 to $2 million into our local sales tax receipts. And to sort of do a deeper dive into that, hotel occupancy taxes are restricted funds. They can only be used for a certain amount of things, and mostly those are marketing and anything that you need to support your marketing efforts. And that's why sometimes we have to say no to local groups, because those are restricted funds and they're overseen by the Texas Attorney General. We are encouraged to market 50-mile radius and beyond, because what we want is to create itineraries and situations that bring people into Nacogdoches, have them stay in our lodging, and generate more hotel occupancy tax, shop in our shops, eat in our restaurants, tip our servers, because all of the sales tax that is generated during their stay with us here, that goes into general fund. So that's what keeps street lights lit, streets paved. That's what buys police cars and fire engines and adds to staff. So tourism really does, it doesn't just add bodies on our streets, but it gives us a new clientele beyond our beloved locals that have more of a disposable income and are ready to spend it with us. And then they go back to their homes and they utilize city services in their homes. So, but while they're here, they contribute to our local economy in a way, and that money becomes accessible to everything. And so it is important. It lowers your property taxes. It increases your property value. Vibrant and robust tourism in a destination adds to the quality of life, which helps with economic development, bringing industry into your town. So it's a blessing to me to be chosen to be sort of this brand manager for Nacogdoches. And Katie Blevins was actually in our office last week visiting, and there was another guest, and they were talking, and marketing came up, because my friend Katie Blevins is a genius marketer, among other things. But she said marketing is telling your story. And that really is what it is. So I've always said to the staff here at Visit Nacogdoches that we are the story keepers and we are the storytellers. And that becomes very important. Our niche in tourism, that's our stronghold, it's called heritage tourism, based on the history of Nacogdoches as the oldest town in Texas, the different industry that has been here throughout time, and certainly our designation as Garden Capital of Texas. All of that goes into a segment of tourists that flock to historic locations. They do have their early retirees typically as our visitor profile, mostly female, but strong numbers in male visitors as well. and they stay longer than the average tourist, and they're able to deposit more money in our public coffers, so to speak. And there is a part of my job specifically. I never make a decision, marketing or personnel or um, a service, an offered service that we can provide without having data to back it up. Um, but that's not to say that money drives this. Um, we are very much in the service industry, and what matters more than a dollar amount to us is that visceral reaction that people have when they leave Nacogdoches. Um, and that's where these public events that might not seem important beyond a local scope, that's missing, and we don't really get to see the juxtaposition of that so much. But if you look at how towns have developed in the Dallas Metroplex and even around Houston, there are so many cookie cutter communities, and they don't really have anything unique that makes them stand out. You can't really tell, Frisco from Allen, from Capel, or any of those along the way, or where does the Woodlands start and Conroe stop, or Spring, or going into these little suburban communities. So that and their public celebrations are fairly generic, so they don't offend any one group or the other. Um, and what we have here in Nacogdoches are Veterans Day parades. Um, they might be small, but they're mighty, and they are reverent, and they are respectful. Greg Williams and his mighty teams that install the flags in the Field of Honor in Festival Park. Um, that's what speaks to people's hearts and their guts when they leave, because they see this microcosm of current society that is a nod um, to a better time, an easier time, a simpler time when neighbors loved neighbors and helped out, where businesses supported softball teams. All of that adds up to the branding that is Nacogdoches. And while that's good financially and physically, what's best is it adds to the quality of the services that we can offer anybody that chooses to visit us, but also the quality of life that we get to live here as residents in Nacogdoches. Um, just a little more, some other metrics that we use to measure our success. There's hotel occupancy. We also look at average daily rate, and whenever it's graduation or homecoming, that's when hotels will increase their prices for a night's stay. Um, and then they'll lower that so they can still generate space and stays. We look at revenue per available room. What's the potential revenue for the hotel and lodging rooms that are not offline being serviced or anything, but the supply and demand. Um, and so those are things that we take into account. Now, we don't have any control over the hotels. We are here to represent them because they're generating most of our revenue for us. So we're here as a support. We're here to liaison between the hoteliers and the city. But when it comes down to a safety compliance, they have an entire industry, and in a lot of cases, corporate chains of command that's who they directly answer to. We are here as a support. Um, we can help negotiate sex trafficking training for hotel staffs. We can reach out to the Christian women's workforce and provide hospitality training to people looking to get into the workforce, and they can do maid service or maintenance or front desk service at the hotels, but we can provide free training for them. So we try to support them and set them up for success. Ours is not a competitive business. We support our friends in Lufkin because when one of us shines, we all sparkle, and there are enough visitors to go around. Um, and so it's very supportive. And even within the city, when Brian Bray in Community Services is able to do his job to the best of his ability, and Larissa Philpott in Economic Development is able to do her job to the best of her ability, Chief Weems in the police department, just everybody that is making the city move forward, that just gives me a better product, a stronger product to market. So I am really in support of everybody. I want local businesses. I want Wayne and the Chamber and Kelly to do well, because when this community succeeds, the visitor center succeeds as well. Coming up for Christmas, this is just my opinion, but Nacogdoches is by far the most beautiful place I've ever lived. And that includes like Northern and Southern California and Conroe, Texas, but wouldn't take much to be prettier than Conroe. I love it. It's my home place, but I totally don't know where I was going with that thought. We have going through upcoming events. We mentioned Turkey Trot and Thanksgiving. The Nacogdoches Arts Coalition is taking over Nine Flags Festival this year. That'll start at 2 p.m. On Saturday, December 3rd, and it will be open until the Christmas parade starts at 6:30. We'll be keeping the visitor center open, so the masses that attend the Christmas parade can have access to a warm spot if it's cold, and our public restrooms as well. The Princess Potty restroom trailer will be made available in the CBTX parking lot also. And we're really fortunate here to have a university, a major university with world-renowned music departments and theater departments, and just a big focus on the arts. The SFA School of Art is going to be presenting an exhibition called Drawing Genesis, and that's going to be through January. And the SFA choirs are going to, on the evening of the parade at 7:30, they're going to be entertaining us with seasonal celebration songs. And Millard's Crossing, don't ever forget about that. They're under some new management. And with Grace Handler out there, they're going to be doing an old-fashioned Christmas on Friday, December the 2nd, and on Thursday, December the 8th, a stew, stroll, and strum. I'm getting all this information from our newly revived website. It is easy to not only find events that are going on, but to submit your own event. And we encourage you to do that. And you can also submit business listings. So I know the Chamber does a great job of business support. That's their piece of the puzzle here in Nacogdoches. And those same businesses can receive all the support that they've always received from the Chamber of Commerce, but they can also reach our audience as well by submitting a business listing on our website. We get Ashley's doing a great job with our social media and our website, and our footprint is growing all the time. And I think I will open it up if anybody has any questions.
Any questions of Sherry? Well, again, Sherry, it is a great time it seems like the restaurant industry locally here is still booming and coming out of COVID. The numbers look pretty good based on what you've seen.
The numbers have looked good. We've noticed some shifts in, longtime institutions like Casa Tomas. They are sort of reorganizing and figuring out what the future of that long stay institution in Nacogdoches, what its future is going to look like. I think most recently yesterday on social media, there was pictures of the bulldozer in front of the building about to be raised. I think there's some plans, I believe, according to the rumor mill, for a Dutch Brothers coffee place to go in there. So hopefully that will go through. And then we've had what I think is always a good sign. We've had some reuse of buildings. So when Jack in the Box moved out, McAllister's came in there, gave that place a facelift and new life. And I think when we can do more of that, make use of pre-existing buildings and structures and placement, I think it's better for the environment and uh, sort of better for us as a community as well. But um, numbers are it's it's good in equals good out. So if you are a restaurant that provides an excellent product with excellent service, you're going to build the clientele that can support your business. Um, and if the price is right and it's sustainable, then I think you are, more set up for success than not. But I encourage everybody, and that's one of the focuses that we have in this fiscal year, is to really talk about um, the culture and the wellness behind that's available here in Nacogdoches. And so wellness includes the brand new health food store that we have over by the movie theater on the north side of town, and um, restaurants are offering healthier choices as well, and I think that is good. But even if I think we're all fortunate enough, even though there are a lot of people that are doing their best just to pay their rent and putting some groceries on the table. Groceries are at an all-time high right now. Um, but those of us who can, I encourage you to not just continue to go to your favorite haunts, but stretch your palate and try something new. Try Spuddies for a baked potato, um, or some of the great food trucks when they're around town. You can have probably some of the best Indian food I've ever had from Shawlee's. Um, and I know there's more food trucks, new food trucks coming down the pike. We're going to be focusing here at Visit Nacogdoches to reach beyond the city limits and reach out to some more ethnic cuisine that matches up to sort of the nine flags that have flown over Nacogdoches. So we're going to try and bring more cultural cuisine into Nacogdoches, just in that pop-up style of business. But businesses are doing well, unless they're not. So it really is up to us to throw um, business their way and spread it around.
And consistent with that, this is Shop Small Week here at Saturday, I believe, on Saturday. So we're encouraging everybody to shop small if you possibly can, but keep our majors in business as well. Sherry, thank you. Any other questions of Sherry? Sherry, thank you. That was interesting news about Joanna's transition. We certainly wish her well, and in whatever she is pursuing as a new endeavor.
And we'll be posting that position after Thanksgiving. And it's important to realize we are able at Visit Nacogdoches to stay open 7 days a week because of our volunteers. And it is a great opportunity for those newly or established retirees to sort of keep their finger on the pulse of what's happening. Um, we were so fortunate to get Jerry Larrabee in our ranks, and she helps us out so much. Mike has a volunteer named Eric that, my gosh, he is so helpful to us in event setup and um, keeping the visitor center open and training volunteers. But we need more. We always need more. And any way that you can think of to either encourage people that you know, or you yourself sort of step up and be this new generation of volunteers. I promise you, and we are fortunate enough to have the Junior Forum ladies um, they grant us volunteer hours as well, one weekend a month. Um, but we need more. We always need more volunteers, and you will be amazed. You will be able to see your hometown through different lenses. I think Casey can speak to that. She was one of our interns. But please, please, please volunteer and encourage any students that you know that they can volunteer as well to satisfy service hours. But we also do have internships as well. And we need interns from all over, not just hospitality. We love those, but do a lot of data crunching. We do a lot of web design, digital marketing. There's a lot of different facets to the behind the scenes of tourism. So we have something for everybody.
Well, that's great, Sherry. We'll send folks your way. Well, speaking of Casey Foster and our friends at the Nacogdoches Economic Development Corporation, Casey, what's going on?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, ditto to what Sherry said. It was a fun summer and definitely eye-opening to all things the city of Nacogdoches. So definitely go volunteer there. Here at NEDCO, we are, trucking along, going towards that end of the year. Y'all heard me speak about Corey, the Center of Rural Innovation. We're working through that. We finished our assessment phase, and we are starting our strategy phase just after Thanksgiving on Monday the 28th, and it's supposed to be done by the new year. So we are going to have quite a busy couple of weeks here, but hope you all have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Casey. Any questions of Casey? Casey, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving as well, and thank you for that report. Nancy Wyndham, I'm told, is on her way to the beautiful city of Livingston, so she won't be able to join us, but I'm pleased to see Cassandra Stokes online. Cassandra, could you talk about what's going on at the SBDC?
Good morning. Yes, sure. I have a couple of things I'd like to share this morning. To piggyback on what you were talking about, Wayne, earlier with Shop Small, since 2011, the SBA has partnered with American Express to call on Americans to shop small throughout the holiday season, and especially on Small Business Saturday, which is, of course, this Saturday after Black Friday. The American Express actually offers some incentives. They have like a rewards that card holders can sign up for. You can go on to your online account, and for small businesses in our city, if you shop there on Saturday, you'll have some of their rewards that they offer for your particular American Express. And additionally, business owners can access the free Small Business Saturday marketing materials that they have on their website. It's like social media posts. There are posters you can print and countertop cards and stuff. I will post in the chat the 2 links for that so that you can learn more about Small Business Saturday and also to access those marketing materials for your business. Another thing that I'd like to share is that qualified businesses can start a new business in Texas and pay 0 fees when registering their business with the Secretary of State. And even better, they pay no franchise or margin taxes for the first 5 years, which can be very substantial. It includes all LLCs and corporations, and the veteran does not have to live in Texas. They just have to have a business in Texas. I'll post a link on that as well in the chat. And that law doesn't expire until 2026. So they just re-upped it in 2022. That's it for me. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Well, thank you, Cassandra. And I understand you're going to be facilitating a program on hiring the right person, I believe, on December 5th for the chamber and for NEDCO, right?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. We've
I
got some
look,
great panelists. So.
you've got some great panelists, and with you at the helm, it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun exchange. Anybody that's in the process of hiring, that's going to be an unbelievable resource for folks to take advantage of. So put it on your calendar if you can. Thank you, Cassandra. Any questions of Cassandra? If not, I do see that we're blessed to have with us both Caroline Garner and Gary Lee Ashcroft, President and CEO of Nacogdoches Area United Way. And I know I see more red on that sign at the corner of Austin and University, which is a good sign that the campaign is in full blast mode, and it looks like you're accomplishing your objectives. Gary Lee and Caroline.
All righty. It is the season of giving, and our pardon me, our donors and our campaigns are going strong. We're probably north of 200,000 right now, headed toward 250,000. So we're really busy with the campaign, and Kenny Rena is our campaign chair, and she's got her hands full with it. So do I and Caroline. So look forward to the ceremony around the sign here soon. All the campaigns need to come in December 9th, I believe. So it's go time, fourth quarter. Score is tight, so we need to get it done, and we will win. The other thing I need to tell you, and Caroline, you might correct me on this, is we will have our big Roxy giveaway. Roxy is our fast car that's sitting at Citizens First Bank this morning, and it'll be moving out tomorrow to another location. Roxy will be giving away, I believe it's Tuesday, December 13th or 12th, Caroline. I'm not sure which one, so you can correct that. We'll get all the social media alerts out to let people know. It'll be at Rex Perry Autoplex, and that's a fun, emotional evening to see someone who has donated my fair share from a campaign, which is basically an hour pay per month, and for the year that gets you one shot, and for $364, I don't know where that came from, but you get two shots at the car. It's kind of like a casino. Just pull the lever. But somebody does win the car, and we film the rolling of the pin or whatever that thing is and pulling the cards out. There will be 5 finalists and 1 winner out of that. All of them will be winners because they get something out of their investment in the United Way. If you're an individual donor, $150 will get you 1 shot at it, and I think 350 will get you 2. So that's kind of, don't worry about the math. I made it up. That's how I do math. Caroline's going to talk a little bit. I'm going to talk just about a couple other things that are going on. Our search team has been diligent, and we've been working, of course, with them. We have 2 candidates right now that are finalists, and decisions will be made soon to announce who is going to replace the existing CEO, yours truly. And I won't go away, but I will go away from this office. So looking forward to the new United Way and what's going to happen with us, and it's going to be good. I know that it's going to be an awesome, awesome thing. The candidates are excellent. So there you go, and hats off to Dr. Tim Bisping for leading that charge, and had a really good group of our leadership making good decisions. So also spending time right now diligently planning for next year, and I'll be meeting with David Carousels soon, as will the new exec, and he is our incoming inbound chair-elect. David's senior vice president with ETAC, and we'll be getting that kind of news out as we move into the new year. Caroline, you ready to go? I'm ready to go off here.
Gotcha.
Ready or not. Here I am. So the other two events I want to talk about are imminent, as in a couple days from now and just a week and a half from now. A couple days from now is not just Thanksgiving. That's not what we call that day. We call that day Turkey Trot Day, because the annual Turkey Trot for the 13th year in a row here in Nacogdoches is taking place at Pecan Park. The Kids K starts at 8 a.m. That is free, sponsored by Nacogdoches JC's. Then the Pilgrims Turkey Trot starts at 8:30 a.m. That is a 5K, and you're thinking, oh, well, that's 2 days away. I can't participate. It's too late. Not true, because it's not just for go-get-'em runners who are running after those medals, but also walkers. And we have a lot of families come out and just enjoy the stroll. It's a very nice scenic route. You go south out of Pecan Park, then you turn right and you head up Reggae. You kind of come through the campus, you go the SFA campus, which is lovely. Come out the other side onto Reggae, then turn right into Tucker Woods, go down the hill there and come back up Lanana Creek Trail to end in Pecan Park, to all sorts of festivities and the traditional bagel and banana that you get at one of these events. But we're going to make it fun and festive. It's going to be, we've got a good crowd, a really great crowd. As a matter of fact, we already have 50 kids or so signed up for the Kids K. There will be a life-size turkey by one of our volunteers out there making it fun and helping lead the kids. And we have about 250 signed up for the 5K. So it's going to be a wonderful event, and it's not too late to sign up. Just go to our website at unitedwaynac.org and you will see a link to get yourself registered. We still have a few shirts left even. That is organized by Kenny Rena. You know her to be a wonderful, talented race director. So it's a great event. Join us for that in 2 days. And then you can eat that much more turkey for having done that. Then just a week or so after that is the Nine Flags Lighted Christmas Parade. Sherry was talking about the holiday festivities, and we're just proud to be able to bring that back to the streets of Nacogdoches again. We have so many wonderful entries. The theme this year is so fun. It is Christmas through the decades. So lined up chronologically, roaring 20s on up to fabulous 50s and the groovy 70s and 80s and whatnot, and who knows past that, maybe into the future. So we'll see. But that's sponsored by Batters Law Firm. We have main stage sponsor is Austin Bank. We have other sponsors also. You can watch our website for those announcements. Just plan to come out. And if you still were thinking about even putting a vehicle in the parade, we are still accepting those entries. So just look for that information on our website as well. Join us for some festive fun.
Fantastic. Thank you. Any questions of Gary Lee or Caroline?
I have one quick question for Caroline, Wayne. If you said, through the decades in chronological order, does that mean that Gary Lee is going to be on one of the first floats this year?
That's right. We'll have Gary Lee from the Stone Age representing up at the very front of the parade. You got it. With his club in hand to keep the parade goers in line. Yeah. Good question, Dustin.
Make sure Charlotte's toward the back due to her age. She'll be.
Of course. His teenage bride is going to be back there at the end. That's right.
Well, that's great. Well, again, congratulations. Lots planned for United Way and lots to celebrate. And Gary Lee, we'll look forward to seeing you on a float. So there you go. Any other announcements? Any other announcements or anybody on the line here today? SFA is out today, as is the NIST, so we'll have no reports from them, but anybody else? If not, folks, I'm going to remind you that this afternoon, those of us at the Chamber are going to journey out to Lake Nacogdoches West Side Park at 2 p.m. for a ribbon cutting for the Iron Leaf Disc Golf facility they just built out there. And it's going to be a wonderful ribbon cutting, a wonderful opportunity to get out of the office, get some fresh air, and to participate in something that's really special. The city of Nacogdoches has put a lot of time and resources into this park, and it's a really great opportunity for us to celebrate. So again, 2 p.m. today. I reminded you that we're going to have the hiring seminar at the beginning of the month, hiring the right person, a new approach to it. Join us for that as well. And we wish everybody on the call a very happy Thanksgiving, And if you're traveling, be safe and enjoy lots of great food and family. So thank you, folks.